update on the Detroit 453T and the F350. I've been on the road for about a week now and did some beating up and down the mountain highways last weekend. It's running great, but super loud with the single turbo on it. It's over 100 decibels coming out that pipe, so we'll run it like this now. We just got a single turbo and straight piped right to the back. So it's obnoxious anyway, but the jakes are really loud. I'm sure you can hear this thing now a mile away at least. This is the Garrett T04E, kind of like a hybrid for now. I've just ordered a new rebuild kit for a Silver Series Garrett. This is my old green turbine housing, which is 0.96, and a silver front on it. And I did that so I can change around the turbine housings and use the silver compressor section. So I'm waiting, like I said, I'm waiting on an overhaul kit for it, and I'll rebuild the Silver Series exhaust turbine, and that will give me a little bit more response. Right now it runs sweet, it don't get me wrong, but I'm only getting 10 psi and there's a slight haze out the exhaust with full throttle and full boost. So it could use another 5 to 10 psi. So over time I'll slowly upgrade this turbo. I'll try that Garrett 0.81 turbine housing and see how the performance increases, and then I'll probably end up buying another turbo altogether and go through that. I'll go through the video with you guys. It'll be a 67 millimeter compressor instead of the 56 millimeter on this turbine, this compressor. So I'll bring you along for that rebuild on the Garrett. There isn't much information out on the internet anymore about the Garrett, so I'll make a video rebuilding one. Like I said, I got the parts coming in, so we'll do that. Super simple. To switch this turbo out now without the compound system in here and everything, it only takes me about 20 minutes. Well, let's call it a half an hour, about a half an hour to pull this out. Super simple and super easy to fix. So I think I'm going to stay with the singles now, and it's super, no back pressure. It's a 1-to-1 ratio right now, 10 psi back pressure, 10 psi boost, and then we'll just slowly work up from that and get this thing dialed in. I want it totally smoke free from throttle up to full throttle, so we'll see how we do. I made the new intake for the single, obviously, and made that out of fiberglass again. So, and the CAC routing is down there underneath of it. Out of the Garrett, I welded on the K27 and then outlet. I routed the blow-by gases to the atmosphere, whereas previously I had them admitted into the intake to burn them, and I think that added to some of the carbon issues I was having on the pistons. So, but she's running sweet. Running it as hard as I possibly can with a couple more runs up and down the mountain highways to help seat the rings. I did a really a good 4-hour run beating on it to set. Basically rolled it out of the shop got some fuel in it, and then hit the highways and had it foot to the floor. So that will seat the rings initially, and then I'll just do some more hard runs. Sorry, some of you guys have been asking me about the 653 and putting that in this truck. As much as I'd love to, a lot of the work, most of the work in this engine swap was configuring the front section for the serpentine belts and the fan, and I tried to use all the OEM products off the 6.4 on this engine. That was a lot of the work. That was actually most of the work, trying to fit this engine in here. So to go and change it all again for the 653, it's just not worth it. It would be down for at least 6 months to 8 months to do that. So that's not going to happen. But in the meantime, I might have a look at this engine again. I have another video of this where the head was off and I showed you guys the C's piston in it and whatnot, and I freed it up. But what I think I'm going to do before winter is pull this head off and pull that piston, that C's piston liner out, and then put a new piston and liner in it, and put the head back on and fire her up. See how she runs, just for fun, you know. And if it runs really well, geez, I might not spend a lot of money on it and stuff it into the Excursion. So, but again, that's a future project. Right now, I have to finish the 353 compressor and then do the dyno, water dyno. I'll give the Excursion some loving. The border should be opening up here soon. I can pick up my parts. And I'll give that some loving and fix the ignition and all that stuff that was broken for the attempted theft. And have a think on this 350, or have a think on this 653. She'd be sweet though, I tell you. Anyway, we'll have a look at that in the future and see how it goes. So again, guys, really appreciate all the views and the likes and subscriptions. And again, thanks a lot, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care.